All right. What's going on, guys? I got a new mic, so I might sound a little bit different. Just let me know if you can't hear it. I think it's fine, though. I just was watching the stream. Sweet, sweet. All right, so yeah, like today I just was thinking about talking about, some of the update stuff, just kind of hanging out. Might kill some monsters. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just kind of just felt like streaming, so. But yeah, I've got a lot of people asking me, what do I think about the heroes, the new archer heroes? What do I think about the new update? Blah blah blah. All the ruins of Titan stuff. I just kind of want to clear the air, give everybody a sense of what I'm thinking about. The usual stuff. And I'm gonna explain that promotion thing that I'm doing a little bit as well. Yeah, a lot of grain. I open it all though too. I don't think I have. I do have some protected, but I usually what I always do is I just open it like this and keep it in my bag so that I know kind of how much I have. But then when I need it, I usually just use the unprotected stuff first, which I haven't needed to use grain in quite a while. But man, I never need I never need grain, right? I always need like lumber and iron and stuff. So yeah, Michael, you tried it? It's good. I haven't really tried it yet, but people have been saying it works perfectly. So, but you know what? Let's begin with that. Um, Actually, it depends on how many people are in here and who knows about the promotion, who doesn't. Because if you guys have already done it, then there's not much point explaining it. Done it twice? Nice, cool. What is it? Void. All right. Well, you know what? Let's just explain that promotion thing just in case anybody doesn't know. Let me switch scenes here real quick. So, all right, my bad. I had my old headset. I got a new headset, so it was on the old settings in my streaming platform. So, all right, let's get back to that. So, for anyone who doesn't know about the promotion, and this will be on YouTube too, so if anybody does want to try it and can't see, my cursor's all screwed now. All right, there. Okay, so for this promotion, basically Huawei is Chinese company. A lot of people probably know them. They're recently getting banned in like the U.S. and stuff. I don't know. There's a bunch of controversy about like data leaks and stuff like that. Um, I'm not really going to touch on that too much. Just all I'm going to say is that if they got accused of having data leaks and stealing data and stuff, but like Google, Facebook, Instagram, all those companies, they steal your data and they sell it to advertisers every single day, every single minute. So I really don't see much of a difference, but I'm also not super educated on the subject, so it's not really something I'm dipping my toes in. But the representative from Huawei came to me and wanted me to promote their new service, which is called AppGallery. So AppGallery is basically a Google Play Store or an iTunes Store, but it's from Huawei. So yeah, and it's just kind of like a credit card company, right? Like they have competition, so they've got to give these good promotions to entice people to come spend on their platform and possibly stay, right? So like this promotion where you spend and you get a 50% cash back in Huawei points is a really good promotion for them to get, people as customers, but also for us because if you're going to buy on the game, you might as well buy for pretty much half price, which is really nice. So just going to make sure you guys can hear me. Am I good? But yeah, it's a little confusing at first. I didn't really understand it that much, but I don't know. It's a really good promotion, and a lot of people have used it and told me that it's good. So I really don't see anything bad about it. People were asking me if you could get banned and stuff like that. I talked to Sunny, and she mentioned it to the marketing team if there was anything going on between them and Huawei, and she said that they've known about it and they've actually got a promotion on the Huawei App Gallery store for new players, which you can apply and get a gift code. And yeah, so if you guys are spending money and you want to get 50% of your money back to spend on more packs, Huawei, the App Gallery is probably a decent spot to go. It depends on you though. It's up to you. If you want it, you don't have to. But basically, I'm just trying to promote it for them. And yeah, all you got to do is like download App Gallery, install Rise of the Kings through App Gallery, link it to your Huawei account, which you would make anyway. And then apparently you have to change your country to France because the promotion is only available in France because it's from the France like department of Huawei that is putting on the promotion for Rise of the Kings, and I think they're the only one, so that's why you got to change it to France. And but you don't really have to change your credit cards or anything like that. You just pay through, and it just kind of just goes and converts and then goes in euros or whatever. But yeah, all you got to do is do that. It's like kind of complicating, but also not very complicating. Yeah, I made a Huawei ID. I just haven't spent on it yet. But yeah, if you guys could do that and you send me your email, I get a little bit of the proceeds from you buying. So, but yeah, enough about that. But that's the offer. The offer's good till August 26th. So, and there's going to be a lot more like that. A lot of people have already told me before I started promoting this that this was a thing like a year ago. So, it's a good chance to get some free stuff. Chronos. All right, let's get back. Okay. So after that, I wanted to talk about the new heroes. So I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but me. Um, they brought out an archer hero, and now we've kind of got this circle of heroes. So first it was Mulan. Everybody was saying, Mulan's way too strong. And then we got Naya to counter Mulan, and then Naya got way too strong. So now we've got Tyrannus, and we've also got an orange hero for archers, which was surprising but much needed, and that's the Return. So, in my opinion, I don't think the Returned and Tyrannus is, a good combination. I really think it should be Tyrannus Kanoa or Tyrannus Erythra. Just you want the pure damage instead of just buffing up only your infantry HP. And if you guys haven't seen, which I will go in a minute, but look at their testing and their reports and stuff that they showed, I just kind of want to show like the logistics of those reports and what it's not really right and what is right. So, but Tyrannus and Kanoa is probably the best combination I'm thinking right now. A lot of people are telling me that it is destroying Gideon Naya. I've seen it lose to some very high like Gideon Naya combinations, but I don't know, man. It's nice though because we're kind of getting this power circle now where Mulan beats Tyrannus. Hopefully, I'm hoping that that works. I haven't really seen anything crazy yet. And then Naya beats Mulan, and then Tyrannus beats Naya. So we kind of get the circle, and it'll make the game much more interesting than just having Naya being the only strongest thing, right? Tyrannus still good, but still hard to beat Naya. Yeah, that's kind of the scary thing that I was thinking of because Naya's just got really good abilities. Her description's like a paragraph long. So, she's got a lot of damage potential, especially with Gideon. Like, what happens, I think, is that Naya has her ability, and then Gideon's kind of coincides with it, and the damage really gets heightened a lot. But I don't know. I'm really hoping that Tyrannus makes a dent, but I'm not. I'm hoping he's not broken. But yeah, let's go to the forum real quick, and I'll look at those reports. Kind of talk about that a little bit. If I can find it anyway. I don't even remember where it is. Do I think they will? Yes. Do I want them to? No. I don't want them to release any more heroes right now because they're going a little bit too fast, in my opinion. Everybody just finally gets Mulan maxed, and then they release Naya. Everybody finally gets Naya maxed. Everybody's on the Naya train, and then they release Tyrannus. It's going to be the same thing, and 2 months later, they're going to release a new hero that beats Tyrannus. Which, when that happens, you get this thing called power creep, and it's popular in many, many games. Basically, what power creep does is when you release one hero that's above all, and then you release another hero that's above that one hero, and you just keep going up. It's kind of like a totem pole, and everything's at the bottom, like all the other heroes, and then everything else becomes obsolete, and it's like 2 heroes in play. You know what I mean? So we don't need new heroes. What we do need, though, is some siege heroes. We definitely need some siege heroes. Like, I don't know about you guys, but dude, the last siege hero we had was Chojin, and that was like a year or something ago. Like, it's ridiculous how we don't have anything to work with on siege. Siege is all right, like for defense. Like if you're gonna play a trap castle, like a Mina Asheray, you could even do like a Beige Curé I've seen on attack, which is decent, but it only works for like low level castles and stuff. But yeah, I'll go back to that post, and we're playing K431 Sintu. They are gonna have their first KVK with us. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Try and find it in updates. I can't remember, guys. If you know where to find it, let me know. But I'm gonna have to scroll through. Hey, Dogger. What's up, brother? Okay, maybe it's this one? I can't remember what it's called, Kronos. It's one of the Archer titled ones. There it is, Rock Lab. Okay, so are archers always effective against infantry? The answer is no. They're actually right about that. They made some decent points in this post, but they've neglected to actually test with real player-like logistics. Like, Tyrannus and Kanoa obviously are going to use that, but the troops themselves that they used is just weak. Like, you would never send just archers. Like, as an archer player, you got to send infantry in front, especially if he's going to use Tyrannus in his test. he's got to use infantry as well, because then that just defeats the purpose of using Tyrannus. You might as well just use, Kanoa Erytra. And then the Gideon Eye, like, of course, this report, like, when I look at this report, I think it's a joke because, of course, like, Gideon Eye won, right? But they wanted to make sure to show that Shieldmen in front are what actually makes it better. So, right here, you can see that they put like 100,000 T12, which is kind of unrealistic too, because not everybody has T12. They only used like T12 in this example, but if it was T10, I kind of guarantee that Naya would have won this. But since it's T12, they have a lot more HP, and Tyrannus and Kanoa can pretty much, roll over the Gideon Naya. But man, who's gonna have 870? Like, these stats are kind of ridiculous too. And the Naya stats are very weak in comparison to some of the top players. Like, if you're going to use a T12 example, you've got to use like over 900% for Naya Gideon, because what's the point? Like, most players that are L6 are going to have over 900% on Gideon Naya, and that's just kind of fact, really. And the weird thing about it too is they didn't use T12 archers, they used T11 archers. Like, they used T12 infantry, but only T11 archers. Yeah, I don't know. The reports they're kind of scuffed. They're weird. This one, I mean, this is just dumb. It's just garbage. Like, who cares? Nobody's going to be using 800% with these heroes. So it's kind of just like a wash. Like, I don't even want to look at it, really. This one is the one that makes no sense. I mean, you're using T12 archers against T12 infantry. We all know that T12 infantry are defensive. So, if he would have had T11 infantry mixed in with this, maybe the T12 archers would have won, but, probably not. But the problem is with these kind of battles is they're not large scale, they're just very small scale. So, these are like Dragon Challenge type battles, but in real scale, like full rally battle, it, drastically changes. But I'm honestly interested, like, Tyrannus Kanoa, it's really just going to be broken for T12 players, because if you're going to use T12 infantry and T12 archers, Tyrannus is just going to be insanely strong, because you're going to have that really big punch of a T12 archer, but you're also going to have that really big tanky troop, which is your T12 infantry. And that's what's going to make Tyrannus broken, because if we're all using T11 infantry with, Gideon Naya, that's a tier behind, right? So when you're a tier behind, typically you kind of get destroyed. It's just like the whole T11 and T10 thing. — 6,000 stats. What the hell? Oh, yeah, the Mori one. There's something. I remember that. But anyway, the whole like thing with this is I don't think it directly affects me. It doesn't directly affect a lot of kingdoms. It really just affects top level play, and I think they were just trying to stop Gideon Naya from being so overpowered, because like in the top level play, it's just Gideon Naya, Gideon Naya, like there's nothing else. It was just like when Mulan was huge, and really like they brought out Tyrannus to like start countering in the top level play. That's what I think, at least. Because, Tyrannus, I don't think he's going to apply much to, like, my kingdom. We don't use really, like, nobody's going to spend to get Tyrannus. If I was in a new castle, I might try it. I just don't think that it's a big enough of an impact unless you're playing with those, like, T12 troops. But I'm excited that those heroes are in the game. I just wish they were a little bit more accessible. Like Tyrannus, of course, he's like a Mulan, so it's all money. You can't earn him at all. But if you were to get someone like the Returned, it's kind of a little bit more feasible to get her. Like, it's easier for sure. I mean, lots of people have been hoarding orange shards in the older kingdoms for like 2 years now because they've completed all their heroes. But like the returned you can buy for kind of cheap. I think it's in these packs. Where are they? Best deals. And you go to these glittering silver chests, glittering gold, whatever. And these chests, they previously used to be Faceless Knight, but now they're returned. So this is how a lot of people were summoning her, and then they were using those stacked up gold shards to just max her out entirely. But I think she's a cool hero. Like, you guys know me, like K429, like I'm an archer infantry player. So these heroes are like perfect for me. Like for my build, they're perfect. And it kind of supports on what I was trying to say for, all those months, that like Jason Airtra is a really good combination because you have the tankiness, but you also have the damage. And it doesn't just have to be Jason Gideon for literally everything. And so a hero like the Returned is actually a really nice hero that could be used in place of my Jason because she gives 50% HP, and then she gives, more damage like critical strike for my archers, but I'm missing out on the reflect from Jason, and I think at peak status, yeah, it's about the same amount of HP. So I'm getting the same amount of stats, but I'm losing my reflect, but I'm gaining damage. So is it really better? It's hard to figure out. And especially with the books, Jason, he's a yellow hero, so the books are definitely going to be a lot better. But the returned Eritrea would be like a really good combination to try out. Gideon Jason castles, yeah, I saw that. I saw how the rallies were killing trap castles and whatever, but I don't know. I mean, it's cool because if a castle's all spearmen, man, like, and you send a Tyrannus and Kanoa, it's probably going to do a lot of damage, but it kind of goes both ways, right? Like the damage is on the attacking rally, but the damage is also on you as well. Like I think both sides just lose quite a bit. You can't really stop him unless you trap him. See, the thing is when a kingdom goes civil war or whatever, or rogue or any of that stuff, you basically just want to find ways to trap him. So you get low level castles, you fill them with troops, put a fog on them. Because if this guy doesn't have anything to hit and he starts getting impatient, he's going to start hitting whatever's in his way. Because if you think about it, like think about like in his shoes, right? Like if you're this guy and you're trying to attack an alliance, right? And you're shielded 24/7, like you're always shielded. But like say this one castle, the shield fell off, right? I really wanted to attack it. If he unshields and he attacks one castle, unless he's like really scared, he's gonna want to like attack another one. He's gonna attack another one. He doesn't want to use a shield and then break it again, right? Because that's how you go broke on shields, and that's how you zero out quickly. So you gotta be able to like see that. Like over a while, he's gonna run out of shields. Like there's no way. But you gotta realize that like he wants to attack, so you gotta like trap him. So like I would grab like like a C28 or something, maybe with some good heroes, yeah, and just trap him. It's hard to find people that actually have good heroes at low level castles though, because everybody in this game decides that they need to improve their castle way before their statistics, and it's just not true. Yeah, the whole 900% stuff, that's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. That's why I started over in 429, right? Because it just got ridiculous. Like every single Kingdom versus Kingdom, I'm sitting there, no shield. I'm either taking a rally or I'm shielding because there's nothing to attack. There's no solo attacks. Everybody just gets too big. Oh, they will ban some stuff. I don't know. I've seen about some weird shit the past few days from the support. Makes me wonder about my own account if I'll lose it. But yeah, guys, update on 429. We had our last KVK. We won. I got some footage. I just never really put together a video yet. I was going to stream it, Sintu here, he's from 424. Didn't really feel like streaming it. I know the L5 and the L4 in K431. I'm still gonna stream anyway. Like I don't care. I want to stream KVK. I enjoy doing it, and it's just an easy way to showcase exactly what I do, how I play. And I don't care if people want to watch and get an advantage, they can try. So, but yeah, my castle's looking good. I'm just chilling on L1. As you can see, I've got like everything L1 right now, like all my lumber mills, all my tents, all my hospitals, all my good buildings. I just don't have the fountain L1, I don't have the wall L1, and I haven't started on the castle yet, so I gotta start doing that stuff. But I used up a lot of my metals and kind of just chilling, really. Like, I don't care to upgrade right now, I just don't have the metals, so there's no point in pushing L2 and trying to push L3 if I just don't have metals. I wanted to make my lumber mills L1. I wanted to make these L1. Like I just wanted everything legendary before I just decided to move on. But for example, like I have 70 million lumber on me right now, unprotected. That's all from my plots. So and collecting, of course. But as you can see, I get 743,000 lumber an hour, and I have 200 of those lumber spells, I think. Yeah, I get 235 of them, so it's not like I'm hurting for them. And it's just an easy way, man. Like if I don't use a lot of farms, having the plots like L1 is really beneficial, like especially in the Arcane Tower or Arcana. Let me find Arcana Tower, I think is how you pronounce it. Let me find. So there's this one, Farmer's Almanac or whatever, and it's it gives you more percentage on your legendary mines. So that's what I got some points in, but now I got to be L2 to go farther. But I might research something right now, just get something cooking. I'm kind of saving all my researches because I want to do a research event and hopefully score first. So I'm kind of holding off on everything. Peace, man. Yeah, I remember, man. Yeah, I don't really have anything I can do that doesn't cost. Yeah, I might just wait. Yeah. If that wasn't a million iron, I would research it. I just don't have the cool or the reduction right now. Yeah, Kronos K429 is like the most peaceful kingdom I've been in for a new one. It's actually crazy. And like we have some experienced players, which is nice. It's up to you, Fernando. Like basically I just get free lumber all the time, right? So it's worth it to me. Like I every time I wake up, like if I leave these for 8 hours, I collect like 3.5 million lumber. So every single night I'm getting like 4 million for free. Because remember, if I get 3.5 million from 10 of these lumber mills, and then I use my harvest skill, which I can use every 4 hours to get 700k, that's 4 million as soon as I wake up every day. So 4 million is just 4 million lumber. It's good to have. And throughout the day and with collecting, I get a lot more. But these lumber mills, like it was 2,000 metals in total to get them all L1 because every single 30 to L1 is 200 metals. So it's pretty cheap. Instead of leaving, I'll get L3 eventually. Like I don't really care right now. I'd rather kind of chill at L1. I've got everything I need. I'm in no rush. Farming buffs really worth it. It is spending them if they're like if you're getting up into like the 5,000s and stuff. Like I wouldn't spend stones on them, but let's go check that one again. Like I think it was like 500 or 1,000 or something. Like it's nothing. Yeah, it was 600. 600 stones at 26,000. So primarily though, if it was me, I would definitely go for the infantry stats like I just go for a few of the lumber ones because I know like 1500 stones and I've got it maxed out until I progress to L2. So I just did them because I didn't have anything going on. So I just wanted to use the time because it takes like 2 days to research, right? So I would just cook it and let it go. But for these ones, I'll speed them in an event because, um, that just gives so much power. That's 1,000 power. I never realized that those were 1,000 power. That's pretty good. But yeah, basically I'll just speed these and I'll get like 1 point HP, 1 point attack. I might do defense just because it's less stones and try and do that. But like in my other castles, all this other stuff is maxed too. Like I would get the training speed is huge. If you do this training speed all the way, it's 20%. And training speed is super important, man. Like I'll show you mine. If you go in assist, I'm like level 49, so I've got, pretty high up in the assist tree. And I got Arcadius Conta. So we'll take a look at that. So my Arcadius has Healer Book. His Infantry Coach, I get 16% training speed. And Big Recruit doesn't really do much. So in total on Arcadius, I get almost 80% training speed. And then let's check out Conta. I almost got him 120 actually. Yeah, I only need 55 more shards. And then he'll be 120. And I get 9% from him. He's only level 100 right now, so that will go up once I upgrade him. And then he gets a training capacity thing, but he also gets a training speed buff. So if you look in the assign roll, you'll see that it shows like a bunch of the buffs there. And he actually gives me like 16%, I think. No. He gives me 9%. So you can see it at the bottom. So the 16 and the 62 are from Arcadius, I believe. Anyway, in total, a lot of training speed. Let's check it out in here. If I go down to military, 420% training speed. So that's a lot of training speed. I can train infantry really quick, so it's perfect. Only I'm a veteran? No. Well, because we all kind of have the same goal in mind that KVK is like really important into. Like sometimes you just get into a new kingdom and there's just a bunch of new people. And when I was new, I just really wanted to fight like nonstop, right? But as I grew as a player, you start to realize that like you look at the big picture of like we kind of need everybody to win KVK. Some people we can try and help them get better. Some people are just a lost cause. It's how it is. Some people just they don't play very well. So it's hard that way. And then you get people that boost and all this other stuff. But for the majority, we need everybody. Nice. Rank 1. I was going to do monsters, but I'm going to wait and save a little bit more stuff. No, the background's from before Chronos. I had it on. That's my newer one that I put on. I'm going to change it actually for next stream, but I wanted to keep it to this. I really like the purple scrolling thing. It's cool. It matches my whole theme of like, I play a lot of like the synthwave music and stuff like that, so it just like, I liked it. And hazy. Yeah, it's really, really humid here too. The thumbnail? Does it show it? It was glitching out for some reason. It was showing like my profile picture instead of the archer heroes. Yeah, Fernando, I do have Overlord next week, don't I? That's kind of what I was thinking, because it's after the second KVK, and then the week after you get it. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna have an Overlord stream. We're gonna get crazy. I'm gonna get soloed so many times. It's gonna be ridiculous. I might even heal because like that's just gonna be fun to me. I can't wait for Overlord. But yeah, guys, a little bit of Tournament of Kingdom stuff because I know there's like new players watching and everything. The way I do Tournament of Kingdoms is I either place on the leaderboard at first place or I don't place at all. It's kind of just how I am. A lot of people, they like to go and do like, say, like the 15 million chest for the medals, or this chest for the medals. I meant to do 4.2 million, but I didn't do the gems beforehand, so I was like kind of behind. Um, I might grind that out here in like half an hour and try and do some monster killing. But basically, what I try to do is I try to just get points cards. So points cards are just super important because without them, you're not going to win any events ever. So right now I've got, let's see. Yeah, I got 200%, 250%. So I'm trying to save up for a 200% card. And yeah, I'm going to use one of these for power up, of course, because, I can do power up easily now. I think I need to fill my hospital tonight, but 430k is definitely enough. So you can try and kill me. Man, I don't ever think we can go for the statue though. Some of the new kingdoms are gonna be insane. Like $100,000 insane. Like I believe that some of the L6 in the new kingdoms have spent like $100,000 because the amount of resources you need, the amount of speed ups you need, there's no way that they're getting it that quick without buying those on top of buying all the heroes, on top of buying all the medals. Like it's just insane. Yeah, Drunk's crazy, man. Drunk's a good player, actually. We're kind of lucky that he came. But he did the monsters event. He's been doing this like the whole day, like the whole fucking time. Like he's been grinding this out. So, if you want to play all day for the entire day of the event, you can do it. But he did it with like no points cards right now. He's got 24 mil. And if he has to at the end, he's going to do the points cards and do wishes and whatever. But yeah, he wants to take first place for sure. But yes, into one of your L3s, man, he just didn't shield. Like I have the footage of it too, and Drunk urgent cared him, got a free hit, and then we double rallied him after, and we zeroed him, and there was just no retaliation. No, he was just quiet. I don't know what he was thinking. I just recently got Rock, started playing, and all I see are these powerful guys, and I think I'll never be able to touch them. Yeah, it's kind of that way, man. Um, you just have to try your best. Like as a free player, you just gotta find your competitive edge, right? Like you gotta find out how to build your statistics high, what troops you need to use. And the only way you're gonna learn is by trial and error. I can tell you a million things, but if you don't go and play for yourself too, you're never gonna realize like the mistakes. Like I've made the only reason why I know so much about this game is because I've made all of the mistakes. So yeah, you can learn from me, but sometimes you need to learn from your own mistakes. Yes, into that's a lot more common than you think, man. Like a lot of people get overconfident and they think I'm 30 million power L3, nobody's going to rally or kill me. And then you get to KVK and you get people that are like veterans like us that have played this game for a very long time. So we know his castle's really not that good. And we knew he was mostly cavalry. So Drunk just solo hit him because he had like 700,000 cavalry, killed them all. And then we just rallied him from there because we soloed him, right? And he's burning, he's sitting there burning. Nobody's reinforcing him. So he's got to be offline because any real person that's playing online, if they get soloed and lose 700,000 troops, they're gonna shield. So we knew he's offline. He had bad heroes on the wall, so it was just easy. Yeah, their L3s were actually struggling really hard when we played them. They really weren't playing that well at all. Like there was one Vietnamese guy that was an L3, and I believe we just killed all of his troops in Palace. But I wasn't able to be online much last KVK. Oh, excuse me. So Yeah, I just played for the first night a bit, got a little bit of footage, and kind of just logged off. I only got to 100,000 conquer points, so I never really opened the last chest. But I got the 120,000, got the gems and stuff, so I was happy with that. The only thing I was kind of salty about is that I didn't get I didn't get a good enough score to get a lot of crown fragments. So of course we know these crowns. I only got like 8 fragments, I believe. So that's kind of a bummer because I want this unlocked because it really ups my stats. I get 22%, and a level 1 crown is really all I want. So you won't match us? You probably won't match us if you're pretty old. We're in the rookie league right now too. Are you in the rookie league, Rosa? Hey, Valentin. Who's Eddie? Kronos, you got a lot of trap kills actually against 424. I wasn't in your castle though because I was in the other kingdom killing them, but I knew that you were back home at the beginning and got a lot of defense kills. But that's kind of the way to do it. If you're gonna trap right at the beginning, it's perfect. It's the best time. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I completely forgot to try that. Because in a new kingdom, right, like nobody really has a lot of troops, but in an older kingdom, you never use conceal because people just know. Like it's hard. It's hard to like get around that. People just know. 426, eh? Oh, nice. You're probably right on the leaderboards too. Um, I have a buddy from 426, I believe. What was his name? Nasser, but like I don't know what his name is now. He might be Titan. Nope. Uh, I thought I had him add as a friend, but don't know. Hey Jess. Kingdom 421. It's not a dead kingdom, bro. Definitely not gonna be dead if it's new kingdom. I can't remember what. I don't know if he still has Nasser in his name. I think he's on my friends list. He's a cool guy though. Everybody look at the gibberish name that we can never read. This is Fanwell, and we can never read his name. Where is he? Yeah, if it's a new kingdom, it's not dead. There's no way. I don't think I've ever seen a brand new kingdom be completely dead. There's always people hiding around. Where is Fanwell? I don't even know. I'm gonna actually reinforce him. He get offline? There he is. K429 better watch out for Fanwell. He's out for blood. Eddie is our top cavalry player. Oh wow. So they're sore losers, huh? He got Mulan. Did he have Mulan like did he ever at 100 when we played? Like, did we kill the guy with Mulan? It was like JSF or JOSF or something. I can't remember. Yeah, yeah, Penguin. That's him. That's Nasser. He was like the first king, I believe, in your kingdom. Anyway, he's a nice guy. He watches my videos too. Damn, he's Lord Commander. That's actually hard to get right now. That's a lot of military points. Yeah, I know. I heard Jess. Sorry about that. I was gonna say something, but yeah, I think mid's mad at me, so I just decided not to. But yeah, I haven't been playing ruins actually. I don't have a castle in a kingdom with ruins, so I haven't been bothering. Just been playing 429, trying to build a siege trap. I did want to get into the ruins though. Like I wanted to try it out, get a feel for everything before, but not lucky enough. I could get a castle from somebody, but do I really want to play a crap castle in ruins? I would bite the bullet and say yes, but I ultimately really don't want to play like some C30 or something in ruins. Almost commander, eh? Let me see. That's what I was gonna check. All right. I need to get new music too. I've been meaning to. That's gonna be the next thing I get, is some new music. So next stream will be a lot better. Some better music. I'm going infantry. I'm not going cav like Mars. Mars was going cavalry. He recently, I think he stopped playing 209 as well. He didn't revive, and then he didn't revive here. But I mean, he can come back to 429 and rebuild. Like, it's not crazy. He was only like 5 million power. But I don't know about 209. You have to ask Mrs. M. So let me check this. If you guys don't know this too, if anybody's new and watching, you should really get familiar with going into this section of the game. So you go to the bugle, and then you go into, I believe, support, and then you go to the top right, and it says FAQ, and then there's a long list of everything in the game that you need to know, like City Siege and stuff. It'll tell you everything. You know, when you go in, there's subcategories of everything. Like, even if you wanted to, you could go read the ruins and Titan stuff. But what I was going to check is, because this is where I go, this is like my encyclopedia for if I don't know a certain number, I go here. So I go into the military ranking, because we're talking about Lord Commander, right? So now I'm going to go in and check out how many points it takes to get each rank. So Lord Commander right now, you need 3.75 million. Wow, that's insane. Somebody already has that many military points? I just got Royal Guard. Like 400,000. In a crazy kingdom, I could see 2 million being like feasible, like definitely possible, but man, to be Lord Commander already, you're doing some you're beating the crap out of your kingdom. 2.6 mil? Close, dude. Marshall's still good. Like, if you do want to check too, Fernando, like you can go into that section and it'll literally tell you what the buffs are. So let's check it out. Buffs. So Marshall compared to Lord Commander, you gain 5% defense, 2% attack, 2% HP. So is it really that crazy to be Lord Commander over Marshal? Not really. Being Marshal is actually really good. Being in any of the top 3 ranks, or even in the top 4, is just good enough. I mean, you're losing out on, let's say, pennies in percentage. The only people that really care are the really huge guys, because they need every little piece of percentage they can get. YSF, yep. He left? He spent to L3 and then left. That's really surprising. Damn. I couldn't imagine doing that. Knight Templar. Yeah, I don't know how that ruin stuff's gonna go. I was watching like Z's stream, been watching all the stuff, in the chats and everything, people sharing. My first thoughts are, it's nice. I don't know if they're going in the right direction with it though, because the rewards are awesome. Like they're giving us so much stuff. It's awesome. But, the thing is if this replaces KVK and Overlord, like those are your main events. Like your game feeds off of those events. So to take those away and replace it with something that's kind of like starting over is not really enticing to players. I mean, it's a lot of work to start over again with all your skills and all your buildings and everything. Like you're essentially just starting a new kingdom. So that's why I'm not really a huge fan of the whole Titans thing right now, because they're giving up kind of their best events. Like if they would have held like ruins during the week, on a time, or like every other Overlord doesn't happen, it's ruins or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have to make it so pushed and so constant. Like you're stuck in ruins for like 30 days or something. So all these people that are testing are stuck in it, and they can't farm. They can't really do anything right now because it's so bugged. But you know, if you're playing for real, like say this is down the road, right? Like we all know that a lot of the top players, we all use farms. Everybody uses farms. Nobody wants to buy resources. That's a waste. We would rather buy hero shards. So when you're playing and you're in ruins, stuck there for 36 days, like you just said, like you're stuck there without farms for a month. So if you think about that, think about how damaging that is for players. Like we're gonna have to buy resources to heal and all this other stuff. Like it's kind of crazy. We're not gonna be able to use farms because we're not gonna be in our own kingdom. And to get a ruins pass is like insane. So like I saw from the screenshots and stuff. But I don't know. What do you guys like think about that? Because I just kind of thinking about how are we gonna grow. Like if we don't have resources, we're kind of screwed. Zero and L6, that's pretty crazy, man. I want to see those reports, yeah. Penguin, are you in my Discord? If you're in the Discord, I'd like you to show that. That's cool. I can't believe that YSF guy quit, though. That's crazy. He's got a lot of money, I guess. Yeah, won't impact an L4, but it'll surely impact an L2 trying to go L3. Because, like, ruins, like, how long in the timeline? Like, if you think of, like, Throne, it's after a month now. KVK is after, like, 2.5 months. Overlord, like, 3 months or something. Well, KVK is also 3 months. But how long after KVK and Overlord are here do we play Ruins? Or do they just take out KVK and Overlord for New Kingdoms and we go straight into Ruins? Because if you're going into the Ruins of Titan at like L1, L2, C30, like, man, we're going to get destroyed. Like, it's actually going to be insane because you're going to have these alliances with like 15 billion power or something. I saw one of them, and it's like they're all going to be L6 and they're all just going to gang up and just destroy little guys. Like, man, that doesn't sound enticing to me. I thought it was already bad enough as it is. Like, with some kingdoms, they're just insanely overpowered. But when you get into a group where multiple kingdoms can group up with each other, all the big guys are just going to flock together because what's stopping them? Nothing. Yeah, hoping so. Because the thing is with KVK, like if you go, into the rookie league, you got to be in the rookie league for so long, and then you go to the final league, right? So like maybe they'll make it so like you have to play one season of the elite league of KVK until you can go to Ruins. Like that's what we don't know yet, and that's like it's a timeline issue. Like I really want them to kind of see that. I think I do, Sintu. I think I meant to specifically because I wanted to put you in the video, but I'm not sure. We'll see. I gotta go over my footage and kind of edit. I'm gonna actually do that probably tonight after I'm done here because I was gonna do it before, but then I decided not to. Just got lazy. I kind of just wanted to get the stream done and then I can work on that and not have to stop. Because once I start making a video, I really like to like just sit down, finish it all in one go. I hate like leaving a project and then coming back to it because then I have all these ideas that I had before and then I come back and they're all gone and I don't know what I want to do with the video. So maybe next time. Ruins, they set a count to KOC rankings. Top 8 in one group, then next 8. Yeah, true. We're all kind of the small guys, man. I'm kind of a medium guy, but the small guys have it hard. Like, if you don't know what you're doing and you're a free player, you're going to get rocked. So that's why it's nice, like, when you do get these hard lessons as a free player, because it just makes you so much better of a player than somebody who actually spends a lot of money. Like, I know some of the best players, and they're not, like, the top person in their kingdom. So slow. I'm probably gonna random teleport out here and try and get some points. Yeah, even medium. You got to be top stats to like do anything. Like if you want to hold a throne, if you want to hold like a statue or something, man, you got to have top-notch stats and a top-notch team behind you. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of kingdoms, it's kind of just a luck of the draw, like whether you get a good kingdom or not. And a lot of these kingdoms that are just very strong just got very lucky because all the players decided to spend, they all got along with each other. But yeah, I'll tell you guys now that last KVK, we won. I think it was 10 million to like 3 million or something. So that was pretty nuts. Drunk got 1,000,000 points, which was pretty cool. I got 200K. That's what I got. But yeah. Yep, make friends with everyone. Honestly, the thing that you got to do in Kingdoms now is just make friends with the big guy. Like, yeah, you might be kissing his ass, but I mean, just make friends with the big guy, really. Because even if he doesn't know anything, like you can teach him, right? And when you teach a person, it makes them like you a little bit more than the rest of everybody, right? Like Mr. Greedy in K383, I used to play there with him. I quit because I didn't like the kingdom. He stayed and he started teaching this Vietnamese guy, Hoang Thao, and Hoang Tao. I don't know how you say his name, but anyway, he's not really that good, and he never was really that good when I played. He was actually like a really bad player, but Greedy, he has the money like the other guy, so Greedy has the knowledge, and he just kind of pushes the knowledge to this guy, and he grasps it, and he has the money to actually apply it. So that's where teamwork works too. Like I used to do the same thing with Tiger Gold in K92. Admittedly, though, like Tiger Gold, he knew a lot of what he was doing too. But I also had insights that would impact our decisions for how we would take thrones and all this other stuff, and we would discuss. But like ultimately, he's a much better player than this Huang Tao guy is. But that's just the thing in some kingdoms. Like some guys are just all money, no brains, and you got to kind of be the brains of the situation. See you, Rosa. Thanks for coming. I'll have a stream in like 4 more days for KVK if you're not too busy with yours. Can I be friends also with the big guys from the enemy kingdom? Yeah, you can. Look at me, one of the guys here. He's from K431. He's the L5 in their kingdom, and he's actually learned a lot from me, which is ironic because I get to fight him. And he's the strongest guy in their kingdom. New gem consumption, I hate it. Yeah, the new total consumption sucks. It's just so much better before. It gave better rewards, and now it only gives archer rewards. So, sucks. I hope that the next one's not archers or the next one after that. The next one will probably be another archers one, but I'm hoping that the month after, yeah, because this is the archer month or whatever. Like you've got your archer checklist and whatever conquer things. So once this is all done, I hope that we might go back to the other total consumption because I hate it right now. I absolutely hate it. It's garbage. Gabriel, the best way to get gems, man, is from these Tournament of Kingdom stages. Like if you just save up your stamina and do this event, it takes a long time. Like it takes a lot of your time, but if you're willing to do it, it's a good way. Another one is power up. So I have 430,000 hospital space, and all I do is fill it up with all T10. I make sure that my VIP runs out before the event. So in 14 hours, it'll run out, and all I got to do is have VIP off. I got to have my buffs off, so these will expire, and I won't use any more. And then I'll use things like the Magic Tower tomorrow, and all these things give you extra power, right? And like I'll reset my skills. So first I'll switch to battle, like tomorrow before power up, and I'll just reset the points with 1,000 gems, or I'll buy a skill reset, and then once reset happens, then I just put all the skills back in. I heal up, VIP, a combination of all these things with a 100% card, guaranteed 92 million points, guaranteed 16,000 gems for literally nothing, just a bit of resources, and I get 16,000 gems. Especially too, like in KVK, you get a lot of gems from fighting, getting 120,000 points, you get another 16k. KVK is just pretty much the way I get most of my gems. And what do I do with my gems? I spend them pretty much all on books, um, except for when the total consumption event comes around. I start to dabble a little bit in the equipment. So as you can see, I got my equipment up quite high since that. So yeah. Mystery chest, really good too. Always get 10,000 or 10 goals, I mean. So you always get the fourth chest. So an easy way to do this is you just kill the 50 monsters, you collect the 2 million resources, do the wishes, drunken wizard, and summon spells, and bam, you got 10 tasks out of 15. You got 3,000 gems, a bunch of mysterious chest stuff. I always get a ton of 8-hour speeds and stuff from that. So that's like, this is probably one of the best free events that we've ever had. I really like that event. Nice, Into. How much points you got? No, the first stage is actually pretty decently easy. It just takes a lot of time. Like you really have to take a lot of time and sit there and kill monsters. So I have a video, an old video, Graciano, if you want to look at that. And it's basically just telling you how you can get the 21 million points. A lot of times, what I like to do is I like to collect the gems, and this is kind of a newer version of how I do it. Is I collect gems like so much time before the event, and then when the reset happens, I'll recall the gems and activate a 100% card, and then what I'll do is get 100% points for the gem mines, so I'll be around like 6 million or something, and then I will just kill monsters and kill monsters, and then when it gets close to the end of the event, if I need to, I will activate another 100% point card in like the last 30 minutes of the event, and then what I'll do is I'll use all my wishes and all my drunken wizard. And with a 100% card, I believe it's like 8 million points rather, or like a little bit more. But another thing to keep in mind is I can't remember if they changed the gems. Okay, so yeah, so you don't get many gems from monster event. For some reason, they decided that you don't get 16,000, but you could use gems to do the wishes. You're gonna use like quite a bit of gems, but you can get it back in other ways. Like if you need to use the wishes with gems, you should do it because it's just worth it, like for the rewards, especially because if you can get first or second place, that's yellow shards that you can get. Like it's pretty good. But yeah, you need a lot of stamina. Like if I was to do monster event, I would want at least 10,000 stamina. That's just personal preference. And I would want a lot of random ports because you're going to want to random teleport around quite a bit. So I usually kill until like 50 or 100 miles away from my castle, and then I would random teleport and do it all again. So a lot of times too, you kill only 26 to 30 level monsters, and then I would use cavalry. Right now, I don't have a lot of cavalry, and I also just don't have good enough statistics to like kill the monsters with it, so I don't use it. So I use like 30,000 T10 infantry every time I march for a monster. So over time, it gets a lot easier, trust me. Right now, it's kind of hard to do the event just because you're so new and you don't have like T11 cavalry. You'd be a lot better off if you had those, for example. And a lot more random ports. Like that's kind of where it comes down to. Like you can kill, the monsters pretty easily. You just need like random ports, need gems, all that stuff. No problem. But you need a lot of stamina. It's crazy how much stamina you need for this event. Because sometimes when I do this event, I'll kill like 2,000 monsters. Not joking. And that's just because I kill the monsters with no point cards on. So you climb very, very slowly. Like Drunk here, he told me that he did all this without points cards, but he's been killing monsters for, I'd like to say, almost 20 hours or something now. So yeah, Penguin, nice. So the thing with a lot of first KVKs is people just use everything they have, and the thing about the first one is you don't have any cards, right? Like you don't have any of these point cards, and the only way that you're going to score a lot of points in these events is with point cards. I mean, you can buy them if you really want to, but I just save them. I get 2 point cards every single stage. So from the third chest you get a point card, and then from the third alliance chest you get a point card, right? So I just hoard them, and for this event, like I don't use any cards, so that's 2 extra that I get. And then I'll use a 100% card for power up because when I do that, I can get all the chests. So I get like level 5 jewels, a bunch of gems, stuff like that. And then I also get resources, I guess, which is nice. So I kind of get the resources back for what I use to heal almost. And yeah, and then really what I'm doing though is I'm saving to make 2 more of these blue cards, the 100%, and then I'm going to compose it to a purple card, which is 200%, and then I'm going to do events with a 200% card, try and get first. So, I mean, it's all in the cards. You really can't do much in an event without cards, except for the monsters event. Like the building stage, the research stage, I would never do with 100% card. I would only do them with 200% because it's so hard to get points there. And you're just kind of wasting your stuff, honestly. But like training troops, I use either 100% or 200%. Like I never do all these events without cards because you're just never going to get points, right? But yeah, what else was I going to talk about? Guess that's kind of it. I went over the promotion, I went over kind of the heroes, my thoughts, Ruins of Titans. Uh, yeah, went over 429 just a little bit, showing the castle and stuff. I don't think there's much else really. I'm just gonna kind of chill, talk to you guys, kill some monsters, I guess. See, what like the mistake for a lot of new players, right, Penguin? Because I knew that I can save all these cards, right? But a lot of my alliance members, a lot of people were just using them as they got them. They had no idea. So it just sucks, but that just comes with experience. I mean, we've all really been there. But a nice thing too is once you get bigger and bigger, like the power up stage, right, where you heal troops, I can do that in Kingdom 241 with like T11 troops. I can do that with a 50% card. So that saves me 3 cards right there. So as you get bigger, you can start doing all these events for a lot cheaper. Like every single 2 weeks, I would do power up every single time and get the last chest. I would do training troops with a 100% card every time, get last chest. And then with the extra cards that I had, I would save up to make a 200% card. And then I would use that in like a research stage, 1 KVK, get the last chest, get maybe first. Or I would use it in monsters. You just got to start saving your cards. Like, really just only use cards for the events when you're really trying to score. But if you're buying cards, man, you can do whatever you want. I know Drunk, he was buying some cards, and I think he did 200% for the training event. He got like 230 million points with T11. So, but if you're a free player, like, you just got to save. Like, this is going to be the second KVK, and I don't even think I can get a 200% card yet. Yeah, exactly. Once he got enough power. So, like, yeah, power up I could do with no cards too. Like I can do it with no cards, but I choose to do it with a 50% just so I don't have to do extra stuff. Because like if I don't use a 50%, I might have to heal more troops, and I just didn't want to use resources. So, but yeah, save your cards, save them, and use everything in bulk, right? Like, look at me too. For research, right? Like I have 541 of these speeds, and about 2,000 of those, 3,000 of these, 18,000 of those. Like I'm just saving because I know when I get to a research stage and I have, a 200% card active, I want enough speed to get first place with no problems at all. So all I'm going to do is stockpile all these speed ups, and that's why I'm not really like researching anything crazy. Like that's why I'm holding off on some of the stuff I'm researching because I want to be able to use that because I'm going to do it anyway. So I might as well do it and get first in an event where I can get, like a bunch of gold shards and gems and stuff, like 15,000 gems. Like for example, if I do this during uh research stage, I get 15,000 gems for scoring first, but I also get all the chest rewards. So I get 16,000 plus 15,000. So you're getting 31,000 gems right there. That's, as much as a $100 pack or more. So you can really kind of keep up. You just got to play your cards right. Man, I wish I could get this thing. I've never gotten that before. I actually might do this. For the Mori shards, Yeah, exactly. Because I hate healing T11. They just take so much. How much is it? 1,500? Nah, not worth it. I don't remember if I did power boost. Yep, I did it. That's another event too. Like if you haven't watched my power boost guide video, you should go watch that because I use that literally every single week. I get so many speed ups from it. A lot of troop training speed ups. I get like 2 or 300 of the 2 hours a week. I get 461 right now. It's not bad. The healing speeds, I get those from fast castle development. So it's that event, that takes a lot of building power. It's like 100,000, I think, or something like that for the yellow shards and all that. But that's like when you get to C30, then they start giving you that. When you're like C26 and above, I think it's like the knowledge potions and resources, and below that it's like equipment pieces and stuff. Yeah, castle development, super good event. Like, look at this too. Like right now, like I have all those healing speeds, like 2,000 healing speeds. I will never run out. Like I don't have any problems, but I also have a lot of codex, so I can't upgrade because I'm not a bigger castle right now. But right now I have 2,700 codex, and that's like a good 10 levels on some of these buildings. So it's really nice. How to deal with enemies. It's this guy that keeps hitting my lines when we are collecting resources. He hit me when I was collecting gems for KVK. There's nothing you can do about that. There's really nothing you can do about him hitting your gems. That's just him being a dick. And you just kind of have to not farm gems because that guy's just going to do that. You could send like crap troops to it or something, but you ultimately just can't collect if he knows what he's doing. Like if he knows that you're trying to collect those for KVK and he's killing them like because of that, there's nothing you can do. You just have to not do it. Really. The way you deal with him though is like if he's hitting you on tiles and stuff, just make sure like every day if you go out to collect, you're in development and then you use this skill. Yeah, unfortunately there's just not really much you can do. That's just kind of a dick move, like I don't know. I've been pretty fortunate and lucky that I don't have to deal with that stuff. But yeah, that's just a dick move. I wouldn't do that. Unless I was like really hated the alliance or something, I probably wouldn't do that. Actually, I'm gonna random teleport out. I'm kind of bored with this. Just sitting in Hive. There's nothing I can really do. Alright, let's try this. Ah, shit. I'm not an assist. Whoopsie. Let's use the Swift March thing too. That's on cooldown. But yeah, I basically just use 30,000 T10 to kill monsters right now, just because I don't have the cavalry. Yeah, like I used to said sorry, excuse me. In when a kingdom's brand new, I keep T2 siege for like a very long time because if there's any problems in the kingdom and you're collecting on tiles, you should always collect with T2 because that way if somebody kills your T2, it doesn't really matter, right? Like you can just heal them for nothing. And if it was me killing T2, it's like more of a bother to hit it than not to hit it. So a lot of players will just see the T2 and just be like, oh, whatever, I'll just let this guy farm. Unless they like really hate you or something. I do need some cavalry. I just need like cavalry stats. That's my problem because I can't kill the monsters with like a smaller dispatch. Like I only have so many, so I have to send like 40,000 or something. Mm. And I kind of kill the Blood Riders too. Just depends. I don't know. I'm also trying to hurry up because I only got an hour and a half. And I want to get that 4.2 million chest, so I really got to start stepping it up and killing some monsters. But yeah. I really should be doing these events, but since Drunk's going for first, I'm kind of just putting it off. And I'll let him do them and get first because he really needs the shards more than me right now, and I don't really feel like competing with him because he's also competitive, so he would just win. That's how it goes, man. Always pick on somebody smaller. Yeah, it's 7:30 p.m. for me. But for some reason I'm tired. I didn't sleep that well last night though. Fell asleep on the couch. 1 a.m., eh? Wow. You guys are crazy. Yeah, I start watching a Netflix show, man, and have a nice dinner, and then I get sleepy. So it was like 10 p.m. last night, and I was dead. Yeah, everyone's watching at 4 a.m., bro. I meant to stream earlier, like at 12 o'clock my time. I didn't want to start at 6, but Z was streaming, and I just figured that I wouldn't stream at the same time. We kind of share a lot of the same viewers, too. Who the hell is this guy? Holy, he's fat. I'll mark him. I guess I can delete these too. Um, how to impress a lady, eh? You're at the wrong place. Yo, what's up, Rich? Don't worry, I know who you are. 6 p.m., not bad. I thought you were from Europe for some reason, Richard. Oh, that's Penguin that said that. I was like, hey, because I thought you were from Europe. See you, Valentin. Have a good night, man. Kronos, you got any flirting tips, bro? You're pretty big ladies, man, now. $11.25? Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. You're from, like, England or something, right? That's what I thought, at least. Yeah, Kronos. You're a big ladies man now, bro. Ireland, nice. I'd like to go to Ireland someday. Drink my face off. Don't ask me about flirting. He's too good at the game. He got too far with it. Now he wishes he can go back to the flirting days. Oh, I'm stuck? Oh. Fernando, you're stuck? Can't get in the game? Jeez. I got locked out of the game last KVK for like 5 minutes and I was kind of mad. I missed a lot of targets too. Because I hit the teleport and then it just didn't work for some reason. Alright, I need new goddamn music. I'm getting really tired of this stuff. Yeah, I'll just leave this. How do I recognize a spy? That's a really hard thing to do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even good at doing it. Like, spies can just hide in plain sight so easily. The thing you want to do is you just want to make sure you're communicating with all your players. Because if you're not, if some players are just quiet, or if they don't participate in chat a lot, like there's a lot of ways to kind of dig out a spy. I mean, I don't know. There's a person in my kingdom that was spying on us, and I think they still have someone in the alliance. The only reason why I haven't kicked them is because they're really good at donating. They donate a lot to our alliance, and I don't know, it just helps us, so I just leave them. They can see all our messages and stuff, but I really just don't care at this point. It's not going to make them play any better against us. Hey, Kronos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm like almost 100% certain I know what the spy account is, because it's a low-level castle. It speaks English like the other person, like it kind of plays dumb. So, I don't know. You can just kind of tell. If someone's a really good donator, like if you put it in perspective, right? Like if someone's a really, really good donator, like if they donate to your alliance a lot, their top donations a lot, but like their castle is suffering greatly, like they're not, uh, you know, they're not improving a lot, then it's kind of obvious, like they know what they're doing, but they're just a farm. That's kind of just how I see it. Because it's like no new player, brand new to the game, comes and donates like really well, right? Like you got to be like a player for a while to know to do that. So, yeah, spies, man. Goddamn spies. I don't know. It's really hard. Like there are a lot of ways to kind of weed out spies, though. I've been a pretty good spy, not gonna lie. Like it's something I don't want to teach people because it's just a scumbag thing. And the only reason I do it is because other people plant spies. So I have to play dirty too to get information against them because it's also a way to kind of figure out who your spy is if you spy on other alliances that have spies in your alliance. Because if they start talking or if there's just any little, sudden gesture, you can kind of see and you can kind of check the online status of the whole other alliance and yours at the same time. Like there's just a lot of things that come into play when you're trying to figure out who spy is. Like a lot of the times I just play dirty with them. So, but I've done some stuff. I've spied for sure. So I'm not innocent. I've definitely spied to. It's just a part of the game, really. It's just a part of the game that you really can't get rid of. It's almost impossible to get rid of that. War 10th Legendary 1. It's not really crazy, man. The boost. I'll show you in a sec. It gives you like how every other level it's either like capacity or training speed. Well, when you go to L1, it's both in one level. So you get like the 1% plus the 10 or whatever. I just wanted to do it just cuz I wanted the extra speed. I wanted the extra hospital capacity. I just went and did it. Screw it. It took a lot of medals though, honestly, so it's kind of crappy. Yeah, so you get the 10 and then you get the 1% and then it's the same for every other level. It would be nice like in the future to do all my tents to like L2 and then kind of keep going, but it's a lot of medals to do that. It's almost not even worth it because you can get training speed from a lot of other places, so I don't think he can solo this. But what's the tents or the hospitals? So hospitals save a little bit of dead troops. That's nothing crazy, honestly. But you get 1,000 hospital, so it's just the same as really. Well, no, it's 500 for every other level, so you get a little double. I did them mainly though, like I did all these because I was running out of stuff to upgrade, right? Without going L2, where like fast castle development, I couldn't really do anything, so I had to. But I kind of regret it. I should have just done most of the L2 castle or the L1 castle. Like I can do this 90%, right? And then just stop and I will get I think around 60,000. Yeah, almost like 60,000 power probably. So, and this of course I did before to finish power, whatever. You get 100,000. I was going to save it for a building event, but I just got impatient. Wanted to use it for fast castle development. And now the upgrade's like really expensive, so I'll wait until like a lucky day fast castle development. Like I might not even do the one that's going to happen tonight because it's just too much. Too much resources and stuff. Won't let me send it. Yeah, man, it is very true. I mean, if you look right here, like 100,000 building power is what I got from the last level. So just by upgrading the Storm Hall by itself, I completed fast castle development completely. So if you're going to do it in a building event, it was probably the best time to do it with like a 200% card. But like now, the next two levels are very expensive, but you can do it for like a building event, which is probably your best bet. I think after I upgrade it this time, I get to have like an L3 castle or something, or a higher castle than what I am, so I don't want to upgrade uh, to the full like amount, but I'll get 50,000 this level, then 50,000 next level. I might just bite the bullet and do it for this fast castle development, but I really just don't want to waste resources. But I mean, I'm trading resources for like Jason shards and stuff, so it's kind of it's a trade-off. L4, like you got L4? Is that what you're saying? But yeah, so for example, like stormtroops are basically useless, right? Like you never want to use stormtroops because they're just garbage. So when I first started my castle, I got up to about C26, and I hadn't even unlocked the Storm Hall yet. Because when you get Castle 15, L4 is the last. Okay, I gotcha. Um, when you get C15, you unlock the Storm Hall, but you don't need to unlock it. You don't need to build it. So what I did was I waited for the Fast Castle Development event, and I went to like Storm Hall 3 right away, and I got like 60,000 building power, right? So, or no, I would have gotten 105,000, and that's what completed my first event because you needed 100,000 power or whatever. So it's little things like that because there's just a lot of building power, man. Especially like this building too is a storehouse or it's a workshop. So the workshop's actually pretty expensive to upgrade, but man, it gives you a lot of building power. Like gives me 12k every level. So I was upgrading that, like at the later levels, I mean. So like at level 29, 28 and stuff, getting like 12,000 per. But the best way that I can say, if you have farms and you're farming lumber, man, like the best way to win one of these events is to just build iron mines and like silver mines because One level 30 iron mine, for example, is 12,000 power. So you only need like 8 of them, and like maybe a silver mine, you win the event. But I saw a guy doing it with all iron mines, all silver mines, and he was just upgrading them to like level 23, 24, 25, and he was getting like the last chest on Fast Castle. And I don't know, it's a good strategy, except you just use a lot of friggin' lumber, man. But you got to make sure you have the slots empty too. Like honestly, I think I'm gonna get rid of. So these two, like the iron and the silver one, I just have them because I wanted to. Um, what was I trying to do with them? Oh, the achievements. So in your medals, you have achievements, and one of them was to get level 30 silver mine, and one of them was to get level 30 iron mine. So I just, yeah, so see, resource farmers. So all I did was just get that medal. Let me try and find it. Resource medal, resource yield. So now I have 20% more resource yield, which helps me with my whole lumber thing, right? Which is this 743,000 at the top. So that's another little boost. But now, like, I'm just going to demolish them because I don't really need them. And then I can use them as free slots because I'm never going to upgrade them and I don't need them. So it's better for me to have 2 free slots and then 1, 2. So that's 4, 8 free slots. So if I wanted to, I could use like all of my lumber and I could do Fast Castle with just the lumber or the iron mines and then just demolish them all after. But I probably won't do that because I don't have a lot of farms right now with a lot of lumber. So I need resources too. Right, cool. Hey, what's up, Despair? Oh, 39. Where are you from? 383. Was that it? K383. That's where we played. Yeah, Lord level is weird. We've been at level 60. I mean, we were level 50 for years, though, too, Richard. Like, we didn't get level 60 until, probably a year ago. But it's due for another little push. I think the gear needs maybe an increase. I really don't want it to, but I mean, we kind of need it as like we start getting all these heroes and stuff that just crazy. But I don't know, like if the big guys get the gear up and we get the gear up, it's basically just canceled out, so it really doesn't matter. Like it doesn't give us an advantage to have better gear. So it's like who cares really? Yeah, that kingdom was really weird. I also agree. It was just a very weird kingdom. I had no control in that kingdom either. So it was just like my motivation was gone because nobody would listen to me at all. And I didn't have like a crazy good castle. So I just really didn't feel like bothering. And the leaders of our alliance were very new players and very stupid. And they actually ended up quitting the kingdom like not long after me. And it just would have been so much simpler if they just let me lead. But I didn't really go there to be a leader anyway, so it's hard though cuz when I'm there and like playing in the kingdom, I really like almost assume the leader position because I see stuff going wrong and I'm like, "No, guys, you can't do this. You're going to get destroyed. We got to do it this way." And then I try to explain it and stuff. And then people are like, "Well, what credibility do you have?" And then I have to tell them like I'm from another kingdom, man, and like the strategy is like what I do. And of course, it gets a little heated a lot of the time because they're like, "Who's this guy coming in, fucking telling us how to play and whatever?" And it's like, I'm just trying to do it for your own good, man. But it gets heated and usually ends in some sour comments to each other. So, but we're doing good here. Doing good with the alliance. I mean, drunk, strong, and all, but we also have very many strong people along with him. Like that's what I like about this kingdom right now is that it's not one person that's insanely strong. Yes, drunk is the strongest, but we've also got a lot of strong people in our kingdom, which is really nice. Because I hate getting into a kingdom or into an alliance where there's only one guy and everybody just relies heavily on the one guy to do everything. Yeah, this kingdom 39 is like even more peaceful than 383. Like I don't know. It's just that one guy in the top alliance in 383, he was just a new player and trying to control everything, and he just clearly had no idea what he was doing. Like having one day at a kill event peaceful and the rest of it not, like that just didn't make any sense to me and weird. Yeah, we only attack during KE too here too. Fake rallies, yeah. Like you would set fake rallies and they would join them or like they would be mad because they're in the war record. Cuz that's a tool. Like you have to fake rally. That's how you check people for reinforcements, blah blah blah. Like I would have trapped those guys, like those alliances and stuff a lot more if you didn't help them rally check me cuz they were really bad. I was trapping some people like I was stealing like 100,000, 200,000 T10 from some people just by getting them to attack me. They were lucky that you were doing that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's such a good trick. I love doing that. Setting the fake rallies and hiding all your troops, and then people are like, "What? You have a bunch of resources in your castle?" And then you just cancel all the rallies, and then all your troops are there. Yeah, that's a really good trick. I gotta start using some more of those little tricks because it's a new kingdom. Well, you guys should just group up. The thing that I tried to stress here was like, why does everybody have to have an alliance? Like we have so many active alliances here too, which is honestly a downfall. But we have three main big alliances, and we've absorbed like some small alliances. Like I've always tried to entice people to come and merge to us because like we need we need to have them come to us to help us, and they also uh, get help from us too. Like we help each other because more alliance activity is more alliance honor every day. We've got a lot of help going on, a lot of donations. Like it just works better if when alliance is full, and a top alliance especially. Like right now we're at 90, and I think we're about to hit the next tier. I hope for research here soon. Yeah, we're close. We won't get it that soon, but we're kind of just doing the ones that are important right now, like all the statistic research and all that crap. Not tier 5 yet, but that's because we're doing a lot of the technologies that require like a lot of time. There's a lot of them that are full and we could do in like 8 hours, but it's just why bother? They're not really used for anything, so I don't really feel like I want to finish the stuff that is useful first, and then I'll speed up the process by doing all these little 8-hour ones once we got all the good stuff done. Or if the good stuff is full and or it's being researched or something, then we can do the other stuff. So we kind of just leave them all in the back. But we by far have like the best technology in the kingdom, and we have from the start. But that's just because I prioritized everything perfectly and didn't have like a million rank 4 to mess it up, because when you have a bunch of rank 4, your alliance just gets very confusing. Like people don't know what's going on. People don't know who's researching. Like Drunk does the research there. I know that he knows that we need to do infantry breaker, right? And then like there's a bunch of instances like that. Like I do the research, Drunk does the research, Kronos knows what we need. We kind of talk about it loosely every now and again. Because if somebody's doing something like a what's this one? Alliance Institute. So yeah, you get 0.5% for your research speed when we research this. But that, if we do that, that kills a day in 20 hours. And I've seen people start this and I've gotten really mad before in other kingdoms because we don't need this and we had other battle stuff that we really needed first. So having an alliance but also managing your technology and your rank 4 and stuff is super important. But I have a lot of practice now and how to run an alliance. It's all about the experience. I really wish I had cavalry to kill monsters though. Yeah, a lot of people like to call us out for being dictators and stuff too, but we've kind of been nothing but the opposite. I mean, we do take a lot of the top rewards and stuff, but that's just how it should be with the top alliance. If you have the most powerful people, then other people should respect that you need the rewards the most because it's the progression of our kingdom. If the top guys don't grow, then we have nothing to work off of. But a lot of people don't see that. So they complain that we're taking all the rewards and blah, blah, blah. You're being a dictator. And it's like, I just want to be like, we could kill everybody at any point, but we don't because that's not constructive. We want to be constructive and, try and grow together. We give you a chance so you can grow and not get completely demolished because there's kingdoms like yours, Penguin, or someone else where you have these rogue players and they're just killing everybody, and that's just shitty, honestly. It's especially like awful when it's like an L5 or L6 or something, and like the L5 or L6 is just so strong and just destroying everybody. There used to be a kingdom, I can't remember what kingdom it is now, but if you guys have ever heard of Peter B, so PETRB, and he was a huge player. I think it was 128 was his kingdom. I don't know if he still plays, but anyway, the story of Peter B is that he got so big and he was one of the top players at the time, like a year or two ago, but he had no team behind him. He was just a one man army. And after a while, he lost or he won a lot of KVK in the beginning because everybody was so small. But as people start to catch up and he starts to fight better opponents, without a team, that guy's useless. And he was for many, like he just kept losing and losing and losing. And that's kind of just the moral is you need a team as well. Like you can't just kill your entire kingdom and then expect to win everything. That's not how it works. Not anymore, anyway, because you get these kingdoms that are just huge. And I mean huge. Like K10,013 is an absolutely huge kingdom, but they're, somewhat conjoined, like they work together with each other. So, plus they're a merged kingdom, so they're just insanely huge as it is anyway. Getting close to that. It's 8 o'clock. I got an hour to do this. Should probably start speeding up a bit. I don't know. What else can I talk about? I'm going to go grab water real quick, though. If you guys got any questions, just let me know, and I can answer whatever. All right, that's 10 times better. Yeah, Paulin. That's a lot of the times is like a 20-player team is usually what I like to work with too, because it gets really confusing when you have such a big team and when you have a small knit team that's really good. It's honestly much more valuable most of the time. Yeah. A lot of the times you want like 2 to 3 big alliances, and then just, you know, the shitty thing about it though is that the game is so like multicultural, so a lot of the times it's like a translation issue, or just like players can't get along because they don't understand, like, or mannerisms can be taken badly when they're really not. Like that kind of stuff is annoying. Um, Yeah, I don't know. And then it seems like every alliance is a country, right? Like you've got Polish people in an alliance, you got the Vietnamese alone in their alliance, like you got Chinese in their own alliance. Like it would just be nice if people could realize that they need to like kind of come together. But translation, language barrier is also an issue and stuff. And that just kind of incites war. But here, like we've got a pretty English kingdom, and yeah, like Arabic too. Turkish alliance. JOH is a Turkish alliance. GIF is an Indonesian alliance. IXP, I don't even really know. They're Spanish, or Portuguese, but they had a merge with somebody, I think. All is the Vietnamese alliance. We're an English alliance, but I've also got Turkish members. I've got European members. I don't know. We got pretty much everything. At least we can understand each other. So, Michael, what I do personally is I'm a very like black and white person when it comes to my rules. Like if we're in peace and somebody kills somebody or plunders them or whatever, like they're just getting kicked no matter who they are. It sucks because one of our players recently did this, and I told him the only way that he could come back is if he made it right with the guy he attacked. And if the guy he attacked messaged me and told me that they were okay, I could let him back in. So he basically gave all the resources and stuff back, helped him out as much as he could, enough to, give a decent enough apology, and then he came back. If he hadn't have done that, he wasn't coming back, because I can't have people like just disrespecting the rules. They gotta be rules. Like I can't do that for one person. As much as I like him, as much as I like that one guy, I can't show favoritism, because that's not how you lead an alliance. Because if I do that, everything falls apart. That's basically, if you're gonna be a leader of an alliance, the only thing that you have to do, and that's your job, is make sure the alliance does not fall apart. So you have to think shit through so that it's not going to fall apart. Like you have to, every decision has to be for the whole. Like you can't have little pieces here and there that are missing, because if you do that, it's just all going to fall apart. Older kingdoms, it's much harder to do events like Ashen and FOH and stuff. Right now, we have no problem because we're a new kingdom, but as the kingdom gets older, like people just quit. It's just how it is. Unfortunately, the game just doesn't support like merges and stuff yet, like they did before. But I just don't really see like kingdom merges coming back anytime soon. But it would be nice if we could, get a little bit more activity, because there are a lot of people that stay here for years, or they might stay here for 1 year and then quit. And as people start to fall off, you just you can't do anything. It was like in K241, I kind of stopped playing there because it was like 4 or 5 of us, and that was our team. And of course, I had Vung by my side, which is the biggest guy in the kingdom with the best stats and everything, but I'm not him, and I can't just. We can't do a team of 4 or 5 people. He's big enough where he can solo and kill anything he wants, but that's not me. I need to rally. Like, I need to be in rallies as a support player, right? So I'm part of a team. So if my team's only 5 people, chances are I'm not going to last very long there. So, yeah, Penguin. The thing is like with me personally, when I talk in alliance chat and stuff, if I'm talking to someone from a foreign country that does not know English and it needs to be translated, the most important thing is to have like proper punctuation and just proper sentencing and like, you know, try not to use any slang, like don't say LOL or like haha or something like that. Like just stick to the point, use your stickers. Your stickers will also really help you with these language barriers and stuff with people. um, Turkish is a really hard language to decipher, but luckily I got a member that speaks English and Turkish, and he kind of relays a bunch of stuff to the other members. But I mean, if you speak in perfect punctuation and stuff, you can pretty much speak to any other language on the game. Like, I can speak to Arabic players that speak, perfect punctuation. Vietnamese, I've seen some really, really good articulate Vietnamese from some players that was like almost to like the word translated perfectly. So it's possible, just people have to keep it in mind. Like, I can't just be like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's up without an apostrophe? Um, let's do this before. Like, you can't talk like that. You got to be like, you got to be like, hey guys, comma, let's do the void portal at such and such a time or something, right? So like people can decipher that, like especially using like terminology like void portal, like even just putting void portal says a lot because or port of the void is what I would try and call it because that's what it says on the game. So whenever a person from another language looks at that building, it's going to be translated like correctly for them. Yeah, they pretty much stopped merging because they made 10,013 and basically ruined a lot of stuff. It's just, dude, K10,013 got way too strong. They just dominate. They dominate without contesting. Like, nobody contests them. Wait, what is he saying? Jeez. Oh, it's Alma. She's on his account. So K10,013, a merge between K192, I believe K86, and one more kingdom, but I can't remember which kingdom it is. But basically, they are a 3 kingdom merge, and K192 was already very, very, very strong, and they inherited a bunch of strong players from K86 and from other, kingdoms. So K10,013 just dominates right now, and they're just really, really strong. Like Ibra from 10,013. He was a really strong player like years ago in 192. So it's no surprise that they're doing so well. But they're just a huge kingdom. Just think about it. If you're fighting one kingdom against 3, what are your chances of winning? Like, they just have so much activity. Yeah, even 10,012, 10,005 is another like decently strong one. I think it was a merge between K22 and K98. That's a decently strong kingdom. They have so many L5 and stuff now. And people take Void and Grim seriously, Paulin, because Void, you can actually get legendary medals, so it is nice to do like the top rankings or whatever. But like Grims, you get free gems. It's just an extra, so like a lot of people just get stingy about it. I don't even really try, and I place like third or fourth every time on Grims, just because nobody in my kingdom really knows how to do it. It'll probably be that way for a while too. And sorry, Penguin, I missed your thing. How long have I been playing? It's gonna be 3 years in September. So nah, it might be 3 years now. But yeah, 3 years, long time. So I've kind of gone through everything. I've done all the mistakes. I've seen it all. Nothing really surprises me anymore, except for all the new hero stuff because it's new. Yeah, FOH is different though. Um, KVK is kind of a different story because time zones and stuff like that. Like if someone has to be online for a match for FOH at a certain time, some of your players could be sleeping or whatever, but like KVK, it's like a 24-hour window. So people have a full day to come online and play. So 10,013, they perform really well in KVK because they don't have a certain time that they need to be online and have a certain time where they're doing a match. That's why I think FOH is kind of dumb too, because the matches have to happen at a certain time for so long, and some people are just sleeping, man. People don't want to wake up to just play some fucking event. Like I hate that. I don't like losing sleep over this game. Like I will go to bed. Like if we're in a KVK and it's like, oh, we're gonna do throne in 5 hours, and it's like I need to go to bed. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna go to bed. I might miss the first couple hours. If I miss it, I miss it. Because I never want to be that top guy. Like I never want to be there. I was there once and I quickly got out of it because people just rely too heavily on you. And I don't know. Like, I would just be the type of person to be like, fuck it, I'm going to go sleep. Like, I don't think that a game should, you know, it shouldn't mess up your sleeping patterns. Like, a lot of people stay up all night and play KVK too. I can't do that. I've never done that. I'll never do that either, probably. Unless I'm doing like a stream or doing like a 24-hour stream or some crap. That's crazy. I probably won't do that, but the thing about the Merge Kingdom though is that they were already strong. They were already a top kingdom. Like K192 was one of the strongest kingdoms. And then they merged, and it's like you just gave them steroids. What are you doing? Ugh, I can't do it, man. I just can't justify it. Because I feel like if I mess up my sleep, I'm done for like a week. Like I'm screwed up for a week, so I just don't want to do that. Speaking about himself in the third person. No, that's not him. No problem, Lewis. No problem, dude. Welcome. Oh man, he's close. It's gonna be a fight. But yeah, my next video, when I stop being lazy, it will be the Archer Guide. And I wanted to wait to make the Archer Guide because of the whole Tyrannus thing coming out and all that. So, yeah, that will be in the next video. I'll update, put the new heroes. And yeah, I might wait to do Siege, you know? Because I feel like in a couple months or a month, they're going to release a Siege hero. And I don't know if that's just me, but we really need one. And man, it would just make it nice if we could use Siege at all. Because I feel like it's like 1/4 of the game is just useless. Yep, it takes your whole day, Paul. It takes your entire day. For the most committed players only. The only reason why I would do it. Wow. $3,800 monsters. Oh man, that's insane. 3,800. That's almost 20,000 stamina. That is nuts. That's a lot of steel. The only reason why I really like doing monsters event in the beginning though is because of the steel and the XP. Night Chronos. You're crazy, man. You shouldn't even be awake. So, Graciano, it starts tonight. So, in about 50 minutes, it will start. Because fast castle development, it always coincides with the building stage. So, after the monsters stage, it's the building stage. I actually want to see how much stamina I can buy. 144. I have 73. So what's 73? Calculator. I don't really need a calculator, but 73, 144 is 220 something? Plus 217 times 50. So about 1,100 or 11,000 stamina I could have if I used all my alliance honor, plus the 143 times 10. So what is it? 1,430 plus 10,800 ish, 12,000 stamina. So I might do next monsters event because I like to have like 10,000 stamina, so that way I can kill like 2,000 monsters. Not the patience. Yeah, man. Patience is a virtue in this game. I've done it. I've done the crazy days, man, where I've killed 3,000 monsters in a day, so I know what it's like. But that is literally all you do for the entire day. Oh, it's a little bit sad, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Yep. I've done 3,000 before. I think without cards it takes like 2,400 to get the last chest. I can't remember now. Like roughly, like there's a range of how many you need. War Machine Castle, and it's pretty good. I hope the next hero will be on War Machine. Man, Lewis, what heroes are you using for your Siege Castle, man? Because I actually really like Siege for a Trap Castle. So a T10 only Siege Trap Castle is actually pretty good. But you need the right heroes and the right stats. Yup, always hard to raise heroes. I would only go L5 if I can make the infantry L5. That would be the only time I do it. It's the same with L3. Like I won't go L3 unless I have like 8,000 extra medals for the barracks, because there's just no point in being a shell L3. It's actually really bad because then nobody will hit you if you're L3 instead of L2, for example. Crazy. Yep, good man. Ashray and Mina. That's what I'm working on my L1 trap. Like I recently, one of my friends, she quit, and I'm using her castle and getting Ashray and Mina. But like she hasn't gone towards them at all. I think my Mina is like 80, my Ashray is 40. I'm trying to work on getting them through the exchange center. Level 60. New Kingdom, 32 days old. Seems a little bit behind, honestly, bro. Are you breaking shards for like infantry heroes and stuff? Because there's no hero bonds for like siege, right? So you might as well just crush every hero that's battle for anything but siege if you're going to play a siege castle. And that's how I paid for a lot of the shards to buy in the exchange center. Like I'd buy a lot of Mina shards and Ashray shards from there. I disagree with that, Paulin. For defending against solo hits, I think Ashray and Mina is probably one of the best combinations with a full siege castle, especially with like the lower castles. Like if you're a C30, you can be a C30 and have 400% siege statistics and win solos against like top player stats like 600, 700%. But in my opinion, it depends on whether you're going to defend against a rally or solos. Like if you say Jasano Ged, do you mean solos or rally? There are no two best wall heroes, honestly. Like I've had a lot of success with Jason and Eritrea, and that's just from trapping infantry and stuff. If a Mulan and a Cavan was going to come at my castle, I would use a Gideon Jason. I have Jason 120 and a Gideon 100, and that's kind of what my go-to was because, as we all know, Gideon he gives a damage buff to the spear infantry, so it's really good to have him. But if you don't have him 100, he's almost not worth it to use at all. He really needs to be like level 100. No, Pollen. Mulan does not ignore siege. If you have T10 trebuchets in an archer castle with Kanoa and Eritrea on the wall, it will actually win against a Mulan rally because the Mulan and the Cavan will attack the T10 siege while your archers are killing the cavalry. I've seen reports of a player, he does this in one of the K300s, and he has like many reports of winning against Mulan Cavan just because he had the T10 siege so that Mulan would kill the siege before it killed his archers. Because cavalry will charge the longest range first. So trebuchets are range 10, and the archers are range 9. The other archers are range 7, I believe. But basically, the highest range gets attacked first. So the T10 trebuchets all get destroyed. But you get saved by your Airturn Kanoa with high archer HP and defense, because if you buff those, it's harder for Mulan to actually kill you because she's already killed so much of the siege. So, good night, Graciana. Have a good sleep. Thanks for coming by. Wait, what? Think siege can break the game. Yeah, he can win against every castle until it's like a Gideon Jason with all infantry, because no matter how big a stats you have with Mulan, like if you meet a Gideon Jason with over like 550% statistics, like you're just going to lose because you're pretty much relying on people not to be a full infantry castle, because the full infantry castles that know what they're doing will immediately eat Mulan totally. Like I've done it many times, and a lot of people have too. Um, Mulan's nice though for castles because a lot of players they don't know how to send their archers and their siege out of their castle. So a lot of the times, if a rally hits a big castle, they haven't moved anything outside, so it just destroys them. But if any smart player that's only infantry or something, like if they only have infantry in their castle and a Mulan rally hits like 6 or 7 million T11 spearmen, like you are dead. There's no question about that. But yeah, it's really good for castles. Like a lot of people just make like they don't know how to send their troops out, right? So that one rally you can get a really big amount of kills on it. But there's also a bunch of other rallies that you could hit that, people they just they have all infantry inside. A good way to get around this though is if you want, um you could send a duel like before a rally, and then that way you can check and see if they've moved like their archers or their siege outside of the castle. Because if you're gonna Mulan rally an infantry castle, like with infantry heroes, they're not gonna have archers and stuff in their castle, but someone who doesn't know what they're doing will. So if you see, it's pretty much a yes or no. If you see archers and siege, it's a yes, hit the rally. If you see Gideon Jason only infantry, don't hit the rally. And I use duels like all the time. Duels are the way to check the statistics of your enemy and make sure that, this rally isn't going to be a flop when it hits and you're going to lose 2 million troops. Yep, exactly, Argulus. That's just how it goes. See you, Penguin. Good luck. Yeah, I always try to take rallies in my own kingdom. And in enemy kingdom, I can't take a Mulan rally because I just can't hide all my troops. I have like 3 million archers in my castle or whatever, so I can't hide them. It's really shitty, honestly, but um, you just gotta work with what you got, I guess. Wait, what? Anyone want to do Ashen for no reason? How bored is he? Let me see if my other account's done. Okay, it's done. Am I close to this yet? Not really. Well, I'm close, but I need more points. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way too. Trying to hide all my troops and then not able to in time. That's why one of my friends, he just keeps like 1.6 million archers, 1.6 million cavalry so that he can like send stuff out when he's in the enemy kingdom. Because all he has to do is reinforce like people he knows, people in his alliance. Yeah, normally I wouldn't care about this chest, but I do really need the medals, so as a new castle, I kind of shouldn't ignore getting medals. It's pretty much the most important thing to grab right now. A quick couple equipment tips if you guys are new. These chests, right? The equipment material chests. If you can, save up your advanced Marth tokens and always do the uh, the equipment chest here. So, I mean, I could pick anything else, but if you're building a new castle, this is the best thing to do because what I do with those is I exchange them for only these forge stones. So, these are very expensive, especially later on when you need a lot of purple ones to upgrade your equipment. So, what I do is I just do all of them in this, and you'll get keystones and strengthening stones. Like strengthening stones you get from killing monsters, this you get from collecting resources and stuff, and then you get a bit of these for collecting resources too, but these are the hardest thing to get. So that's what I do personally. You could do it if you want. It's just a little tip, I guess. What was the other thing I was going to talk about with equipment? Equipment's a finicky thing. Like you really need to manage it correctly because if say for example I went with the pants and I strengthened them all the way to like 30 or 40, that's a lot of strengthening stones wasted on that could have went to like a weapon or this to give me more infantry stats. So you got to be careful doing that. Equipment gives you the bulk of your stats as well. Equipment and heroes I think give you the most, and books. Like big chunks. There's a lot of things that like give you little chunks, but those are the three like pillars. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Kind of running out of things, running out of thoughts. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish doing that chest, and then I'm gonna do my dailies when reset happens, Ashen, all that crap. And I think I'm gonna stream KVK still. I don't know. I'm kind of undecided because I don't want people to watch me while I'm playing and get an advantage. But I might just block out my coordinates, block out my avatar, my power, and then that way I can kind of go freely. People might be able to see, but at least I can kind of hide around a bit. And like for example, I could hide like 429 up at the top. Um, I really just want to hide what kingdom I'm in, basically, so I can fight freely and all that. I'll probably hide like up at the top completely, like all my resources, stuff like that, just so people can't see my name, they can't see anything. All they can see is my castle theme, where I'm at, kinda. I guess when I press a castle, like, or anywhere on the map, I'll show my coordinates, which is going to be crappy, but I just have to do what I can do, I guess. But I know too many people in the other kingdom for this upcoming match, so I'm hoping they don't really watch just to have a fair fight. But if they do, that's fine. I'd probably do the same thing, but oh well. But yeah, I'll try and stream Friday. I've been slacking on the streams. I'm really just waiting for Overlord. When Overlord comes, that's when I'm really gonna start making more streams, more giveaways and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. I think I have Overlord next week. So after this weekend, it's gonna be the next weekend, and I'll do a big monthly giveaway in that. I'll probably give away like 10 packs or something. But yeah, if you guys wanna get some free stuff, come to that. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. So I hope you guys all have a good night or day wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next stream. See ya.